Hey folks, I'm Snuffleupagus. I'm streaming a wee little community game with myself and Fangs of Fire. I'm gonna be hunters. Fangs is here, and he's gonna play Dracula.
Yes. Hello, everyone. And by the way, that's an imposter name. Your real name is Bluffluffagus. for
Uh,
for those, for
it's
those who don't,
funny.
for those who don't know, that's his nickname in the FOD community for some insane bluffs he pulled off in some tournament games.
What's
Uh,
funny about that is that in that game, I really wasn't bluffing about anything except that wasn't even really a bluff. I guess kind of the last thing. There was a time where I used a forewarned on a bats against Godalming, but I didn't use a forewarned I had on Seward. I think also against the bats. And so when I later still had that forewarned for um, the to use against a fog in a game that you and I played, it was seen as this big bluff, which I'll take it.
yeah, I'm
It wasn't
considering that.
really. It was maybe a
I
little baby
consider.
bluff.
I mean, it was definitely, I would say, more medium, considering that as you were batted straight into the fog, and you had already used wax cylinders to identify that it was there. So,
Um,
uh,
yeah.
arguably, definitely a more mid-tier bluff. In any event, where to begin with this starting hand?
I have been doing a lot of superhero starts. Then lately I've been doing some more Pizza Wizard starts. It's gonna be a Pizza Wizard start today.
We'll go with beginning up here. Or is
With
it down here? Or is it is to the left, to the right, up, down, south, southwest?
definitely Cagliari.
Uh,
We're supplying.
yep, the weak one supply train. I allow dark events.
Okay.
Whoa!
Riveting
Three
stuff.
already.
3 Drac events, and you get to see a bullet. So,
Okay.
and tickets.
Definitely not ideal for you. Who for in an event I have a hoax in an obscure location.
Hmm. All right, turn 1 done.
Yes, typically this would be a community game where we would have multiple different hunters, but unfortunately folks just weren't available today. So, you just decided to have a bit of fun.
Yep. Yep, yep. Um, so I don't think anyone's in the chat now, but if someone stops by or is watching this later, after the fact, if anyone's been following the Discord, I've been getting into, well, I've developed a little bit of a habit of just Googling free AI image generator and typing in Dracula and hunters and surrounded by swarm bats and just coming up with different ideas for your Dracula themed wallpapers for these YouTube videos. So I've been testing out different ones of varying degrees of quality. So if you are watching this and you want to look at the thumbnail and give a comment about what you think of this particular thumbnail, I'd love to hear people's opinions of these things. Maybe eventually one of these can become more of a staple.
Rising return, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, um, that tells you something. I don't know if it's quite as you know, damning as if I had revealed something more significant, but Still,
Yeah, in truth, when you're Dracula, the thing that you want to have revealed more than anything else is forewarned. Because RV and CG, you can play around fair, quote unquote, fairly easily. Uh, but forewarned, on the other hand, that when it comes to forewarned, you just have to take a gamble as
people,
to who has it, who doesn't.
yep, people try to play around CG and RV to a lesser extent. Anyway, they're so significant that people are playing as if you have them. People always assume the worst, but forewarns. Even if you're trying to consider the possibility that someone has forewarns, knowing there is one, or better yet, knowing who has that one is a huge deal. Okay. Um, Hired scouts. Now things get fun. Let's uh
Indeed.
let's check.
Eh, yeah, I decided to be
Ireland
a
it
bit fun.
is.
Yeah, decided to be a bit fun on this time.
Okay. How
Eh,
is that going to affect things? Interesting. Um, okay.
yeah. There are definitely better options, especially considering that you're going Pizza Wizard search with Seward right there. I mean, in theory, able to excellent weather onto Galway right now. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, if he had any events, that is.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. This is kind of an unusual trade. I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Hmm. I would guess that was partially to empty a slot for Van Helsing.
Um.
Oh, except that was Goldaming trading. I see.
Hmm. Just check what I have. Okay. Um. Well, I guess I'll try to think if I want to keep supplying, if I want to start moving closer to the shoreline here. I guess I may as well keep
Yeah,
supplying for
that's the hard
a little
that's the
longer.
hard thing about when your opponent does something unusual like this. You have to
Yeah,
judge how much you need the supplies and how important it is to get closer and all that.
yeah, it's also just an unusual setup, to be quite honest. So, Galway, so it would be here if I left now when I got there. Let's, okay.
Yeah, you have some. Yeah, you have some time.
Yeah,
Not to mention, you can always just uh, you could always just ta take it like or just let. I mean, you could just simply take the 6, 7 points from that and just let it go while you wait poised to catch me if you wanted to. I have seen that approach from others sometimes. On the very then again, Irish start is always extremely rare, so
um, guess I'll supply one more time. I know that decision probably shouldn't seem like something that takes a while, but just
I know it's
unusual
complex.
situation.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Okay. Tragic that there's no fog for me to toss, but it is what it is sometimes.
Yeah, and being able to dispatch a reckless vampire for free is no small thing either, especially with no damage taken and no stakes used. My juicy, juicy hoaxes. Where are you? That's now already 8 in there.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I probably should have written down or taken down what was in your hands. There's a batch, there was a bodyguard, there was a mob.
Even though I'm not obliged to, I will refresh your memory. What you saw was a bats, rats, wolves, and bodyguards.
Bats, rats, wolves, bodyguard. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's start moving. Interesting that you didn't use your hide, although I guess since I knew you were there,
Yeah,
it is
wouldn't
less
have been much
effective.
point. Uh, wouldn't have been much point. And also with Seward being closer, since you'd come from the direction of Galway anyway. If I thought you were gonna step on Dublin first, then might have done that to like put down, I don't know, the bats or something like that. But in this case, there wasn't all that much point doing so.
Okay. Hmm. Let's trade with Mina. Take this. Give her that. Well, maybe I take the surprising return as well.
Long night. Okay.
Sure.
That's that event is just junk.
Yeah,
I cannot recall a single time when that has ever done like anyone any good. Uh,
I completely agree. Okay, let's see what Galway is.
they're gonna be galled.
What a surprise.
Intriguing how you hesitated a bit with the place on with the second prompt there. Definitely took a good deal longer than the first one, so it would appear as if you likely have this like something like an escape route plotting or planned ambush, something like that. Intriguing.
Hmm. Yeah,
Well,
what do I do?
we'll begin with this.
Let's do that.
Hmm.
Well done.
Thank you. Okay.
See you later.
Yeah, I had the fang from the get-go, but the possibility of a knife after the punch was definitely not made that not that attractive.
Hmm.
Yes. Indeed.
Let's do that.
My
Mina
goodness.
Harker. She can supply once more. Local rumors. No rumors in Vienna.
Yeah.
Quiet town.
Yeah, if Van Helsing had drawn that, that would have that would have guaranteed told you something. It either would have revealed whether or not I chose to hide in Liverpool, or what spot adjacent to Van Helsing I've gone to. Because of course, you know that I am up there in England.
Yeah, I perceive that. Nothing gets by me. Um, Now, do I want to trade, and if so, with whom? Let me just give Seward. No, maybe I give it trade with LG. Let's do that. Hmm. I think maybe. Do I want to move with Godalming? Because if I move to North Sea now, could easily be leaving. Be ships passing the night here. Maybe I should leave him for now. Okay, well that does tell me something. Definitely
I
just.
with three things down, you kind of knew that already.
Well, you could have hid. You could. I mean, you could have done Swansea, Liverpool, and then hide in Manchester, or hid. Or I'm sorry, you could have gone to Manchester, or you could have hid in where you were.
I yeah,
Because this early in the
but
game, even like CG is not that scary when I haven't gone through the whole deck yet.
it's less risky. Correction. It's still just as scary, but it is less risky.
We're saying the same thing. It's semantics. Okay. Dublin. So, if you started in Liverpool, I think I'm incentivized to stay where I am one more turn, at least. Um, however, however, I think I may as well start moving Mina. Godalming's okay. Seward.
Unfortunate.
Depends how you look at it.
but 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 at least revealing.
Hmm. Housing, I think, can trade with Mina. Okay, this is fine.
There.
Yep, no surprise there. Okay, so that means you were in Manchester, or I suppose no, you could also be so right now you could be in Plymouth, or you could be in Swansea. Plymouth seems more likely.
Or for that matter, I could be in Manchester.
Yeah, or Manchester.
Basically it's a matter of which order did I do things in.
Yep, that's correct. Good time to supply.
Ooh, another Dracula event for my hoax in Liverpool. Yum yum yum.
Yeah, your hoax in Liverpool. I guess you could have drawn one after I saw your hand, so I guess that is not totally wacky. Um, I think I just keep supplying for now. Mina. She can supply too, I suppose.
Steak, okay. Sounds delicious.
Um,
You know, I imagine that's why I those can kill old vampires. They think and get sound so delicious that the words that they say the hunters have a steak for them, and suddenly it's in their mouths and going down their throats.
they just get the worst stomach aches, don't they? Unfortunately, I can't trade with Seward. Who would I rather give an event to? Maybe I'd rather give an event to neither of them.
Which
Let me take a ticket. Oh, one more. Mina's okay.
um,
I like how Strider is confirming he's not available 25 minutes after we started. Thanks,
eh,
bud.
mm.
Okay. Um, nope. Hello, three people in the spectators booth. Say hi in the chat if you want. Dracula feels.
Yes, why
Um,
not? I've taken 3 damage. And I'm definitely not under much pressure to leave yet, am I?
Fine by me.
You will, of course, eventually have to take a guess as to where exactly
Hmm.
where I am.
Interesting.
Whoa. Okay, gloaming scary. Note to self, discarding a stake and a knife. That's gonna be some good stuff. Uh, no need to ambush.
Hmm. Okay.
Good
No,
draw.
no big surprise there.
So where am I hanging out is the question.
Nope, I don't need any tickets there, do I? Okay. Um, see what the dogs find.
People who beat them up. Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oops.
Good to know.
Seward can take this.
Hmm.
Let's do that. Mina is fine.
I mean, after that happening, I think I'm going to do this. It is very seldom that I use Dark Call, but with Seward being that damaged, and Swansea still being a concern for you, I think I can stick around a bit longer.
Hmm. Let me start getting Godalming a little closer to where I anticipate you sailing. Gonna heal. No surprise there. I guess she can take a ticket. Oh, hey, Scott's was in the chat. What's up, Scott Sword?
Uh-uh.
Well, now it says there's only one person watching, so maybe I just missed him. 8th of April, Oi Oi Britannica shenanigans.
Yeah, I've begun to become somewhat known for.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you say 8th of April, I'm so confused. It's because I wrote the title of this quick video as an American would 8/4/24, August 4th, 2024. Nope, other places see it the other way around, thinking it's April 8th. Nope, nope, nope. We have not gone back in time. This is August. Like it or not. We are American and we are going to do things our way. The rest of the world be damned. That is kind of how things go. So, now what?
No surprise there, I assume. I had hoped that you would move Van Helsing to deal with Swansea, but oh well. So that I could go to London. But it is what it is.
Okay, so, uh,
Yeah, there's nothing like a good England start to make an entertaining game one way or another.
so here's the thing. Do I care about what is in Swansea?
Despite the fact that I hid there to possibly, for all you know, put down a fog to protect it, it
I mean, you could have
I
drawn a
was
fog.
strong.
You could have drawn a fog. Or maybe you just put the bats there since I know you have a bats, right? Um,
Or at least had, yes. I could have also stuffed the bats into one of yonder layers.
yeah, yeah, you definitely placed a bat in a lair in Galway, of course. Yeah, yep, makes total sense. All right, I think Seward needs to
Mm.
sit tight for a second and supply. Um, Now you, my friend, you're not going to land. Well, I guess you could land right back on the island, but I'm going to put Godalming in Le Havre.
More or less as expected.
Uh, let's do it that way. I presume you'll sail again next turn, but for now, I think he is going to supply, and I'm going to open up the opportunity for you to go back to London if you want to. I don't think you do, but maybe you do. Okay.
Well, let's get some info on what you have. A knife. Presumably, one of the others is a heavenly host, judging by the fact that I know in the discard and you've been throwing things around willy-nilly.
Maybe. You may be right. I wish I could. I heard about some politician who answered every letter that he got from a constituent that you should raise taxes, lower taxes, regulate the environment, don't regulate the environment. This guy answered every question, every letter with, "You may be right." Uh, and that is what I tell you today, my friend Fangs. You think that Van Helsing has a heavenly host? You may be right. Maybe. The art of sounding like you agree without actually saying you agree. Okay.
Indeed.
Seward's gonna heal. A bodyguard. Okay. That is fine by me. I'm definitely very pleased I didn't throw Seward in there. This is perfectly fine.
Yes, from my end of things, it is definitely a bit disappointing considering what had just been transpiring with the previous bodyguards and all that.
Yeah, I definitely was very nervous about sending Seward to Ireland, especially given the possibility of a spy. But I just figured it was worth it because Seward did draw that stake, and it was going to be the most effective way to get to Ireland and deal with it. And I was hoping that the dogs would kind of mollify the risk a little bit, which,
And
given
it
that you had
does,
a
as
Sam,
it would have protected you from the wolves. So, but the bodyguards not so much.
so do I supply for a money trail? Do I? Hmm. Do I stay? Do I go? When when in doubt, I should just supply. Uh, um, let's meet up.
Discard long night, I assume.
Nailed it.
All right, let's get a bit more intel then. Unless you're gonna re-show the surprising return, that is. Vampire lair. Ooh,
Nope. I wish I saw the surprising return, but that was traded.
intriguing. Now that you've reset the item pile, you can redraw all of yonder stakes that you've been flinging willy-nilly.
So, what do I want to do now? Let's do. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Actually, yeah. Okay. Housing will heal. Ticket. When in doubt, supply. I completely agree, Scott Sword. Okay, so you have now landed, which is
Yes.
helpful. So you could have landed in Bordeaux, in Nantes, or in Amsterdam, or in Hamburg. Uh,
Or back up in England.
right, yep. Or you could have gone to Galway.
Or if I went North Sea, Edinburgh. There's quite a few options.
Oh, I totally forgot Edinburgh. Thank you. Um,
It's what a
so,
community game is for. We cover for the imperfections of the other.
uh, so given the circumstances, trying to think if I want to start checking these manually, if I want to
And risk a 1v1 where I might
scan.
be able to bat away.
Do I want to scan? Let's
Very well.
let's
Let
have
us
uh
view.
let's have them scan. Let's try Germany first. Meanwhile, Seward can deal with Plymouth.
Potentially, at least.
And Van Helsing can heal. Oh shoot, Van Helsing is just supplied. I don't know what I'm clicking too quickly. Um, okay, so it's Cologne. LG can trade. Um,
He can, but should he?
let's trade that. We're gonna search.
Cards, yummy.
Okay, that's fine. Don't like giving you cards, but I
Um,
also don't like giving you back health after a long sea voyage. So you're you've
bum
lost
ba dum bum
5 health,
bum.
and I haven't had to lift a finger.
But by that same token, I have you have lost vast majority of 2 full weeks.
Mina. Oh, she's gonna scan. Okay, not in Germany.
Yeah, so it was not Amsterdam nor Hamburg. There, just clear that and poke that into there.
Hmm.
And in truth, my position is relatively secure. Mayhaps I am not at full health, but 2 years hunters are still in England, and may take a little bit for them to get over. And what's more, until you know that I am not back in England, do you want to leave?
So I was thinking about checking Edinburgh, but given that your last comment, I'm thinking you're signaling that I don't think you planned out the first statement you made. I think you said it kind of extemporaneously, and then you added the caveat after, oh, but actually you don't even know that I haven't left Britannia yet. I think you kind of just revealed that you did. If you did say that last line with an intent to fool me, very well delivered, very well played. I'm going to change my plan a little bit and go towards France first before moving to Edinburgh or towards Ireland. So if that was a ploy, well done. Um, if not, less so. Um, I'll have him supply. Oh, haha. Well, forget that.
Well, now you'll know.
Now I will know.
One way or which makes it
Okay.
just as well that it, I, I, I would have checked the two England possibilities, as I could have gone back to Ireland, as I was erasing my layers as I went. Uh, and
No,
you're about to do a scan of France anyway. I mean, granted, I could have stepped down to Santander, and therefore you would have
I don't
missed.
think I need a scan of France now. I'm gonna do.
Chartered carriage. Very well, very well.
Just be in your way.
Okay.
Does anything need to be traded? I guess not. Ticket.
Yeah. So
Actually,
while my adventures up in Ireland and England have not exactly given me much, all that it have not exactly like given me much. One thing it has given me is time. Uh, or one thing it has taken from you, rather, is a certain amount of time, as we are now entering week 3, and well,
I will
I could
call that a silver lining, for sure. But I'm happy with where things are at for me right now.
I'm not sure why on earth you didn't bring Van Helsing across, to be honest.
Okay. Um, Um. Oh, I see.
What?
Nothing. Okay. Um. Let's heal. What do I do here?
Yep, Scotsword has some input in your chat.
No. So I have a guess as to where you've gone. Um.
And what would that be?
Hmm. I think I'm gonna do. Oof. Well, let's do this. What a surprise.
My pleasure to surprise you.
Okay. Okay, we'll move now. Okay. Trying to create some space here, I see. Oof.
Yummy, yum.
Um,
Yeah,
that's fine though.
yeah. For me personally, Death Cradle is one of my favorite encounters. Scotsword.
Yeah, it's
I think
one
it's
of the
one of those that's
ones.
somewhat underrated
I
because,
was about to say underrated. It's especially not obvious to new players what its true value is. Takes a while to
yeah,
figure that out.
because uh, ca- card draw, card cycling is extremely good. Nice. Uh, well, whatever. We have some spare ones. And very nice to see that Mina doesn't have any host. I mean, I half expected that, considering that it's Mina, and it's not exactly the type of person you want to risk using heavenly hosts with. Uh, Apparently, you are not so nice to your horses. The annoying thing for me is that I know that you have a vampire lair just hanging around. So
Yep.
the moment I get to like any points, there they go.
No fight today.
Okay.
Ah, I love peace. No fighting today. No fighting. Hmm. I guess she should stay here, huh?
Finally going to get rid of this, huh? A steak. Okay.
Wish I could draw an ally for that surprising return.
Yes, I suppose that would be nice for you, wouldn't it?
Um,
Just how many Drac vents have you gone through? That's 6, 9, 12, 16, 18. There's actually only 7 left in the entire deck. There's actually over less odds of less than 5 to 1 that you. Well, your chances are better than than. It's a less than 20% chance, in other words, that you'll get a Drac event. Although, on the other hand, having found so many off the top, kind of at the same time stands to logic that there will be some on the bottom. Eh,
let's do.
I mean, I haven't gotten the slightest bit of points yet. You still have a vampire lair, so I need to get to 15 points. And
Let's do that. Well, trading action. Mina can.
better ticket, mayhaps.
I'm gonna actually have her
Let's say
stay where she is.
tickets do not require you to move.
Hmm.
Uh,
Do I need to check Barcelona here? No, you went to Marseille. I don't need to check Barcelona. So you could be going down to Italy. You could be going north into Germany. You could be doing all sorts of wacky things. Okay.
yeah, for those who watch and figure out what I am doing, it some of what I'm doing is well, not what I would typically do. I'm
Are you
just
doing like a fake rumor token deal?
possibly, although fake rumor tokens is something I do sometimes for things such as bats and the like.
Can I?
I
Okay.
mean,
I'm good with.
I mean one classic example is I never do Ireland start, except unless we're just having fun.
Okay, time to move.
Like if this were truly a competition, I would definitely have not have done that. Uh-huh. Just leaving the rumored vampire behind.
Okay.
Interesting. Hmm. If you have a only host to get rid of it, I'll make you search it to give me more and give me more cards and use an extra action.
Yeah, that's the correct way to go about it. I agree with that.
And what shall Mina do?
Um,
She has
she.
shown she has shown a stake. I am so little intrigued that you did not that you simply left the reckless at Marseille behind, at least seemingly.
Um,
That was intriguing, to be say the least.
so. I think I'm gonna just scan with her. Not in Galia.
During the day?
Yes.
What? Not
That
gonna
actually was
supply?
intended. Yep. That was not a misclick. That was, I think, actually.
I would have done that by night and then simply gotten an event. Kind of gotten on scouts and an ally. I think that's just strictly a mistake. Unless
No, it's just a
and
function
unless
of the order these people go in. Um, okay. So he's now gonna search, reveal the host. Okay. So no healing. Now I can trade, and you won't know if I trade the host or if I don't trade the host.
eh, perhaps not, but
Actually, let's do this, do this, do this. Hmm. Uh, let's do this. Oh, I should check the chat again. Nothing new? Oh, hold up. Have I not been playing it? Oh, the chat may have been going and I may have been had it. Oh no. Oh no, there's no new chat. Cool. Okay.
hmm. Okay.
Uh, do I just clear the trail here?
And while you do not have to, I mean, that would be, at least to an extent, advisable. Considering that that would only speed up my win condition and all that.
Okay.
Obviously, he's holding me in a stake. So let's try to get a bit of a munchie out of him first.
I'm not even gonna pretend to be like, oh, is he? Isn't he? Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna acknowledge that, and yeah, there is a
Yes,
stake coming.
it is way too obvious, considering that Mia suddenly is showing something different and all, right after the trade.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
Where do
not
you
leaving
think you're
yet.
off to? Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna punch. I should have punched. It was kind of predictable since you would have assumed I was dodging, but I don't know. I just wanted the fun. I never use garlic.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I might have burned dodge for the plotting that you could escape following.
thought about it. Yeah, I almost did just burn dodge. But I just know the rule of thumb is, you always play escape immediately after. Um, I don't know. Yeah, this was definitely not the best played combat, especially since I kind of knew what you're mostly gonna do, and I just didn't do the right move. Oh, this is kind of like what I would have expected. Um, so that's unfortunate, but so it goes.
Precisely as expected. Yeah. For me, admittedly, the first plotting was a little bit of a gamble, but
Yeah, very poorly played combat. Hopefully, it won't matter to me in the end. We shall see if it matters or not.
I mean, it may, as now Vampire Lair, time to use. This has saved me the trouble of having to do it purely with Fury of Dracula points and all that. I ain't sure the thing will die, but whatevs. Discarding a knife. Well, Why, hello there, heavenly host. Yeah, that was just a useless hand. Both plottings, both strengths, and an escape as bat.
Yikes.
Yeah, so he would have gone away regardless what I did. Hmm.
Hmm. Um, I almost might want to start night supplying soon. I mean,
And like I said earlier,
there's so
there's
few.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
I'm not gonna
16,
do it yet,
17.
but
I'm
coming back.
Yep. Guess I sent you on a wild goose chase there. Before you figured out what I was up to. Hmm. Very intriguing. Unless Van Helsing has another stake, then it'll have some difficulty with this, I dare say.
Okay. All those desecrated souls coming in handy. Just vamp after vamp
Yes,
after vamp.
yes, it gives me excellent encounter economy.
Um,
Makes me it makes me able to weed out all the nonsense rats, saboteurs, mobs, and things like that. Not to mention lairs doing the same thing. Speaking of, you know that vampire lair will only be useful if you use it.
yeah, I get that.
Um, um,
Hmm.
In truth, at this point, Snuff, I think that you kind of ought to, that you really ought to be giving, like, letting one that isn't rumored go, so that you can chase after me instead. To be honest,
Hmm.
because after my next move, this is the last day you have before we enter week 4. Yeah. Did have another one. Interesting.
Oh, I'm spacing here. There was like a continue button. I was like, wait, why is this taking so long? I have to click the button. Um,
Hmm. I am actually a little bit surprised that we haven't seen any RVs yet. I suppose due to the fact that you didn't use one along with that, that seems to say that you just have been unfortunate in not finding any.
hindsight, we
Huh.
probably didn't really need this, but hmm. Okay. Well, that may have been something different then. Godalming and Mina Harker.
That
Okay.
can only mean one thing. That actually, it told you something. That tells you precisely where I currently am.
Um, let's take a ticket.
Ah, CG.
Yeah, and where do I want to put the main
Real
one?
one?
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
Well, now I shall get to know uh, where the hosts are. I know that Sklaving and Seward have one, but which of Mina and Van Helsing have one? Question. Or do I know that? Well, we'll see.
Okay, so there's a couple of ways. I think there's only two reasonable options here. Here in Clermont-Ferrand, I have four things to place. I could either place one in Clermont-Ferrand and then something each in Marseille, Toulouse, and Bordeaux. Force you to either walk onto, excuse me, either walk onto Godalming or walk onto Mina. Or I could place one. I could remove the choice of whether you walk onto Mina or walk onto Godalming, and
Mm.
choose which one you walk on. And you can always misdirect if you wanted to. So there's that
To
possibility
be
you can think about.
honest, to be honest, I think that you use this perhaps one turn too soon. Uh, because Clone Friend has a lot of different ways I can go. You might have wanted to try at a spot more constricted.
I think you would be at a port next turn, in which case it wouldn't help me at all.
True.
So I don't think I'm doing
True.
this
Fair
too early.
point.
So I just my only question is what do I do about that? Do I
Well, then I would block all the ports. Make it so I can't.
e or do I want to leave something in Clermont-Ferrand or not?
That depends on whether you want me to move, or whether you, or like whether and or where you want me to move. Yeah, I think that's a good choice for the permanent token.
Yeah, the
Okay,
permanent was either
yes.
going to go there or oh, I accidentally clicked don't reveal. Shit. Oh no, I didn't. That was just saying I had nothing to reveal. Okay.
Mina has it, as I suspected.
Let me do a trade with. I think I trade with Godalming here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, that wolf form back west from Munich, uh, what is definitely something I wouldn't usually do, but I would have just taken the quote unquote safe move and gone east. But
Yeah, I do need to trade with Godalming. That needs to happen. This goes to Godalming. This is taken from Godalming. Yeah.
hmm,
Mina heals.
the correct thing to do is this.
Hmm. So now that Frankfurt's gonna mature, you're gonna have your wolf back. Hmm. Well, this is a community game. So I think this is a fog. If it's not a fog, I want to throw as many hunters on there as possible. If it is a fog, I want to be very careful and only put on a hunter that has forewarned. Um,
I mean, whether it's a fog or not, you can, as Scotsword tends to say, you can't let me have an infinite fog. For all you know, I might have used those in previous spots.
um, I mean, there's only one previous spot you could have placed it on. I don't think you used it there. And just given all the desecrated soil, I'm pretty darn sure you have it. And if I were you, I would place a fog there. Um, only problem is if I don't put somebody else on, or I only put somebody else on who has forewarned, is that going to be sufficient? And then if I
I'm
don't, you're going to be able to wolf somewhere. You're going to have lots and lots and lots of choices.
Yeah, it's Paris definitely is a good Wolfram location. Wolfram, uh, well, you know what I mean.
I
Uh,
do. Unfortunately, it's been slower to find you because I haven't found any RVs or those sorts of things.
I suspected as much. Yeah. I mean, you do still have a vampire lair in your hand, So if you have a stake floating around in your guys' hands, then you can slow me down a little. Or I suppose at this point, with all the points gotten by my reckless vampires, it won't really make any difference. Yes, that is unfortunate for you.
So I'm only gonna have one turn after this, I think, right? Because you'll mature,
Yes.
you'll get 3 points, you'll be at 9. Your inferior phase, you'll get to 12. So my choices are either risk that, see if it's a fog or not, and jump on Paris, or let Godalming take this fight one-on-one, and then see what happens
I
after that.
if Gul'daming, since it's Gul'daming at full HP, uh, the problem for you is I know precisely that I know that he has nothing but a heavenly host to fight me with. Uh, since he just horsed onto me. Uh, and well, he's just been horsing around the map. So, if you have a heroic leap, perhaps it's not the worst idea to wait until next turn to engage in combat. But keep in mind that I can always just lay down the high card and stay here.
True.
So therefore, I can force you to make the decision sooner or later. So that I could also feed, but admittedly that wouldn't give me points. So
Yeah, I suppose that's true. If you play hide next, that there's really nothing.
yeah, you're gonna have to. You're almost certainly gonna have to make the choice sooner or later. So, and if you've got heroic leap and you want to guarantee have a combat so that you can use it, like if that's one of the things Gul'daming's holding, then I would say wait and finish me off next turn. But if not, although I will have the option of wolf forming to somewhere or another.
All right, let's move another hunter on and see what happens.
Yeah, your reluctance says that it's not Seward that has it. Yeah, Seward. I mean, even without all that chatter, I uh, I would have guessed Seward because simply due to the fact that he had the least events of the three that were close enough. I admittedly Mina has just the same amount of unknown events, but
Yeah, this is pretty much moot. There's nothing I can really do here. Um, other than, okay, do what you gotta do. Um, I guess I may as well night supply at this point.
yeah, I suppose you need to get Van Helsing and Mina in top-notch shape. I mean, I suppose since it's a land space, the fog won't last long enough, but yeah, they'll be able to move in the morning. Ah, intriguing. Can we have some slow horses, please?
Mm.
And if you don't have a sense of emergency or something, I will be a bit surprised. But
Uh, let's do this. Sewer trade.
as his only action, well, I suppose I know he doesn't have forewarned, so therefore, if I have a fog here, there's a free target. So it makes a certain amount of sense. Yeah, yeah, this way you can stock up Guldoming for combat. Yeah, so I suppose that makes sense.
And then, what's the next most important thing to do? Uh, let's actually have Mina supply.
So are you going to announce that Van Helsing has a second forewarned? Is the question. Basically.
We
on the
trade.
assumption that I do have a fog there.
It's revealed, so I know you have a fog there.
Yes, because there was a heavenly host token there. Yeah, you know that
So,
was in the lair for a while.
so I'm
Uh,
gonna be honest. Mina just drew the second forewarned. Oh, nope. So you're gonna have a final fight, solo versus Godalming if the horses cooperate,
oh
and
dear.
they do not. Man, that is just so rude. This game. I wanted to at least have that last final fight to give it a shot.
We
That is
shall you
so
forewarn this?
anti-clim. Fine. You know what? There. No desecrated soil for you. Take that, Fangs. How do you like them apples? Oh man, that's so annoying.
Eh,
Okay, well, put a night supply for the lulls. Enjoy your darkness or your unearthly swiftness or whatever. Still no renewed vigor.
goodness.
Hired scouts. Oh, I wonder where you are. I mean, I can't complain. I got a good CG in there,
Oop,
but
oops.
but
Yeah, you gave
mm,
me like the worst track event there is in truth.
if I had drawn that forewarned just a little bit earlier, didn't I don't have a not that it matters, but I don't have a another stake for Vampire Lair. Okay, GG, my friend.
GG. What started out as a very unusual Ireland start ended up working out in the end.
Yeah, I had a weird distribution of items because all my stakes started out. Um, I'm trying to remember how it started out. I just had a weird distribution. Um, but
Yeah, I think one of your primary mistakes was how how long you had Seward and Van Helsing just sit around. Uh, had you brought at least one of them over sooner, I would have had a harder time doing that.
uh, true, true. It's just like I get that. I'm trying to remember what you had. I didn't want you to stay. I wanted to make you leave when I made you leave because I did clear that up quite effectively, even though it was slow. And I was able to supply all that time while you were doing it. It's just that I wasn't really supplying, like I wasn't drawing anything particularly useful other than the CG. Um, because like I mean I had weak events, and then I had other than CG, I had mostly weak events. Um, and the two surprising returns I
Yeah.
had, both those two were not actually weak events in themselves, but since I didn't have an ally, they were just dead weight. So I had a
Yeah.
planned ambush in there. I had an escape route in there. That was fine. I had two speedy telegraphs, but they just are not things that were useful to me. I had a Lucy on Godalming that would have been helpful if I got that final fight. I stacked Godalming at that last turn with a knife, a heavenly host, and obviously a horse, which is no surprise to you. Um, and then I gave him
Yeah,
Lucy for warrant and a planned ambush that I traded on him that last turn. Um, but there really wasn't anything else. Oh, that's like it seemed sensible to keep you in Plymouth, wasting your time, not putting encounters down. I'm blocking your path, so you can't go back and spend
and
more
yes,
time illegally putting encounters down. All the
that
while I'm
much.
supplying.
Yes, that much was definitely well done. But I was referring mostly to after I had left England. Once I had already landed. Uh, True, there was a possibility that I had gone back, but if you had sent Seward, uh, to like if you had sent Seward back to the mainland,
I did.
if I've gone,
You mean if I sent
yes.
Van Helsing too?
Well, I mean sent it had you sent Seward sooner. Uh,
I don't
it wasn't.
remember. I don't remember to what extent I waited with him, but he didn't have a weapon, so I think I wanted to get him at least a weapon.
But I suppose that's fair, considering that you got bullets by some bodyguards there.
Um, Yeah, so there was that. And so as soon as I had at least one weapon on him, then I moved him off. Hellsing I could have moved off earlier, but I think I had some reason why I wanted to keep him there. I think I
I
wanted to
mean,
like
there was the possibility that I went back up to Edinburgh, so
right,
possibly there was
right,
possibly that
or
part
back
of
up to
that.
Ireland. So I just
I mean, in Ireland's case, you'll know soon enough. Uh, but so I no real reason to stick around it in England for that reason.
so I
As
was
you
like
can,
thinking I should just like wait at least with Hellsing, keep supplying up a little bit, maybe get something useful, and then once it seems more likely than not, and I probably would have waited with Hellsing longer, like I was saying, right? Because you could have gone back to Ireland or to Edinburgh. I thought those were less likely, but it was possible. So I wasn't going to wait until I was at least sure, right, that you hadn't done that and then move Helsing. Um, but obviously it was kind of a moot point once I realized, okay, no, you went to Bordeaux. So um, I don't know.
but
Uh,
in any event, nice being able to just get in a game, which from time to time, which despite the fact that I just chose to just be like kind of be funny in like how I played that because typically I would have continued going east with that wolf form from Munich, uh,
yeah.
and such.
I mean that
But
was the obvious play, and that's why I moved Godalming that way. But that would have made sense.
yeah,
But I mean, I guess the nice thing for you though is that like because I thought there was the obvious thing, I had to at least have one hunter going that way to check. I started moving Godalming that direction, so I put him out of position a little bit. So you did obfusc. I mean, your obfuscation did help a little bit.
yes. Also, of course, my good old desecrated soils just providing me with excellent encounter economy because, as you observed, yep, I suppose that's basically become my signature way to lay the trail. Uh, At first, I just lay down craps, like just junk stuff, and then use desecrated soils to filter my hand until I can just lay down an entire gauntlet of vampires that you had to press through.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that's a good strategy, and especially when you have one of these reset points where the hunters have to find you again. Laying down stuff that is delaying, like you did, or laying down soils is can be quite helpful. Um,
yeah, because yeah, no, regardless of whether or not uh, they get cleared, it will always mean some hand filtering. So, so desecrated soil is definitely, as we said, one of the underrated encounter cards. Uh, but you always the only time you don't get any benefit is when you're at full HP, in which case you're happy anyway, and they simply don't step on it.
I wonder if it would have been better for me to not bother giving Mina the horse. That would have been a mistake.
It may have been,
Just given the time, because she could
but
have done the vampire staking herself. Although I guess I did still want to go that way anyway because she didn't have the host. So I'd be risking letting you heal 3 health by not making that exchange. So I guess it might have been the right way to do it the way I did it. Depends on how valuable that 3 health is. I'm not sure.
Well, that can mean a lot, as that's one full knife hit, negated.
Yeah.
But in any event, GG well played, and till next time, I'm Snuff.
Sounds good. GG, well played. If you're watching this, thanks for watching this very, very small community game, and I'll catch you next time.